I'm Kristen with the Rogers Public Library, and this week for Catch 'em All at the library, we will be focusing on Beautifly. So in your craft packet, you'll have your coloring page. You'll also have some blue eyes, some white body pieces, and then a bunch of gray pieces to cut out. Then you will also have some red, yellow, and blue tissue paper. So the first thing we need to do is cut all of these pieces out, and then once we have those cut out, we'll show you how to put it together. All right, so once we have all of our pieces cut out, and it's a lot, we are going to start with the body. So we're going to take this gray body piece that has the main body and the head, and we're going to take this white piece that's almost a heart or like an apple shape, and we're going to glue the white into the center of the head on the gray piece. So we'll just put some glue on the back and then stick it on there. Then, once we have the white on, we can take our blue eyes and glue those on. And those are gonna go right inside each kind of bump of the white. So off to each side a little bit. Once we have those in, then we're going to take this smaller white piece, but not our smallest. It's going to be the stomach. So we'll glue that right into the center of the gray body. So far it kind of looks like a penguin. And we're going to take the more oval shaped small white pieces. Those are going to be the feet. So they're going to go right down here at the bottom and to the sides, just barely overlapping with the white part of the body. And then we have our smallest white circles, and those are the little hands. So they're gonna go at the top, just above the feet, the top of the white body kind of overlapping. Now we have our little nose / tongue. Now this is just the straight line with the point of gray, and we're only going to glue on just the tip that has a flat edge. We're going to glue that right in the middle. Now it can stay pointing down, but Beautifly usually has it curled in. So we can fold up just at the edge of where we glued it, and then we can just curve our little tongue just like a butterfly's and kind of roll it up so that it stays in that little curve. Now we have our antenna, so we're going to glue those at the very top of the head. You just need a little bit of glue on the bottom flat end so the curved, rounded part can stick up. So there we are so far. Now, we're going to set this aside for a moment, and we're going to work on the wings. We have 2 sets of each of the wings, and that is so that we can glue the tissue paper in between 2 layers of the wing. So, to begin with, I'm going to go with the bottom wing, and we have red for the top hole and blue for the bottom. So we want to glue the tissue paper onto the back of the wing, which I would just put some glue around the edges of the wing where we want the tissue paper to stick. So right around the edges of that hole that is pre-cut for you. And just go ahead and glue that on so that when we look at the front, we see the red. Then we're going to add some more glue around the bottom hole. And here we will put some blue. And if it doesn't all fit in one space, that's okay. We can overlap to add another piece there. Now, once we have the tissue paper on, then we're going to glue the second one to the back of it. Now, you can, if you have edges sticking off, you can trim them before or after you glue the back part of the wing to it. But I'm going to go ahead and trim it now because it'll just make it a little bit easier to see how to line it up properly. So once that's trimmed, then we can just put glue all around the outside edges, and then we can line up our back wing section with the front, and then we have a completed bottom wing. So we'll do the same thing for the other bottom wing. Now we're almost finished with the bottom wings, but we do need to add the little antenna looking pieces that stick off the bottom of that wing. So I'll just add a little bit of glue, stick it on, and then really you can skip using this other one, but if you want to add it, then you'll just put a little bit of glue over the whole thing and then line it up so that from both sides it looks like it's sticking off the edge of the wing, and it just lines up as a single piece. So we do the same for the other wing. And then we have both of our bottom wings. So we can let those go to the side as well. And we'll move on to our final wings. So for these wings, most of it is going to be yellow, except for this top space right here. Kind of looks like a long, tall window. So that is going to be red. So we'll start with that. Again, put some glue on the back of the gray paper. And then just stick that red on there. And then go ahead And if there's any red to trim, go ahead and trim it off. Then we can pretty much fill up the rest with yellow. So we're gonna go around the rest of the holes with the glue so that we can stick that yellow on there. And once we have all of those holes covered with yellow, we can go ahead and trim any parts sticking off on the outside of the wings. But then Beautifly has a little strip of yellow just at the tip of the wings. So we are then going to put a little strip of glue along that outer edge, and then we want just a little bit of the tissue paper to stick off that edge, going all the way up. Then once we have that on, go ahead and cover most of this with glue. We are going to be adding on the back of the wing here. So then we'll take our matching wing and lay it down so that it lines up with the first part of the wing that we made. We'll just flatten that out, make sure we get the glue on there nicely. And then we can pick up our wing. And then, since this isn't a nice pretty line, if you would like to trim it so that we have kind of a straighter edge, then you can do that. And that is one of our wings. So then we'll do the other wing real quick. And then once we have our wings all ready, we just have to assemble them. So I'm going to put a little strip of glue right along the top part above the red on the bottom wing. And then I'm going to put the two wings together so that they overlap just a little bit. Same thing for the other side. And then we just have to add them to our Beautifly body. So we'll put them almost touching and then put a little strip of glue along the edges of both wings. And then stick our body on top. And then we have our completed Beautifly. This little 3D nose. And that is our craft for this week. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next week to make another Pokemon. Bye.